What is up, boyos? Today we are talking about Wonder Woman. We've been waiting months for this movie. Literal months. It was supposed to come out earlier this year. For obvious reasons, it didn't come out. They decided to release it on HBO Max and theaters. But I watched it on HBO Max, and maybe that has to do with some of my enjoyment of the movie. I'm not sure.
Citizens of the world,
I'm here to change your life.
anything you want, anything you dream of, you can have it.
You look like you saw a ghost.
And I'm going to try and keep it as spoiler-free as possible, okay? So the movie starts out with Diana, our main protagonist, Diana. It has like a flashback to her being a little kid, and some of the CG looks questionable. I don't know if it's just like this was designed for a big screen, like I said earlier, but like it just looked very questionable. And like the whole scene just seems sort of like, why is this here? Why am I watching it? It was really cool. It was a really cool action set piece. But like, I'm not sure why it was there. There's a little callback to it at the very end of the movie. Still, it's just like, why is it there? Then we jump to the 80s. It's now the 80s. And I gotta say, the campiness, it really felt like Wonder Woman. There was so much camp, like Wonder Woman just saving the day, being a badass chick. Yeah, it was really cool. I really, really liked the corniness and cheesiness of that. And I wish the movie it dove more into that, I wish the movie went full-fledged camp and was just like, we're going headfirst into the camp and we're doing it. But like once it reaches halfway through the second act, the camp is pretty much gone. But then at the same time it's filmed like the campy comedy like in the beginning of the movie. So it feels like a comedy, but there's no jokes. It's really strange. There's some funny moments in the beginning of the movie, but like that really goes away as the movie goes along, and it's like you either need to commit to that or not. And I feel the same about the villain, who's played by Pedro Pascal. And let me just say, Pedro Pascal, he killed it. He was amazing. And I love the take on Maxwell Lord, where he's almost like a cult leader who can control people because of a stone. It's a really cool interpretation of that character, and I really like the cult leader thing. I would have liked to see the build slower, and I would have liked to see that build up more and really see him build his like cult following. It would have been really interesting. It really felt like it happened in a day, which makes sense because of the powers he has, but I would have really liked to see that happen over the course of some time. And the ending with Pedro Pascal doesn't seem earned at all. I won't spoil it, but like the way it ends, I don't feel like it was earned at all. But his performance is fantastic. It gives me some serious like Heaven's Gate sort of craziness. I know everyone's saying Trump. I don't really see the Trump thing. To me, it's more of like Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones. It's a really good performance. Cheetah, on the other hand, portrayed by Kristen Wiig. I really liked Kristen Wiig at the beginning of the movie. Barbara. I liked her and Diana have like a nice little back and forth between the two of them, and I enjoyed it. But like as she goes further into the cheetah sort of thing, I dig it less and less. She kind of rocked that middle stage where she was sort of on the same level as Diana. I'm not gonna spoil too much about it, but like, yeah, I didn't hate Kristen Wiig. She just felt kind of forced in there. But the action set pieces between Kristen Wiig and Diana are really awesome. Diana's using the whip a lot more in this movie, and I love to see it. It makes me feel like Patty Jenkins, who directed this film, could direct a Spider-Man movie. In fact, a Spider-Gwen movie would be really, really dope. Yeah, because, Diana's swinging around, not to mention the fact that even Cheetah was swinging around on some things at the end there. There's some serious camp levels, like, throughout the movie. Like, there's a scene, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, but there's a scene where Diana's flying through the sky, using her whip to grab onto lightning bolts and swing across the sky. And it's like, if you're gonna have that level of camp, then, just commit to it 100%. But they had to commit to both the camp and like the very serious aspect, which just to me made it feel like a super disjointed film. I did like Gal Gadot's performance though. Another thing in this movie is Steve Trevor comes back. Won't spoil why he's back or how he came back, but yeah, Steve Trevor is back, and Gal Gadot and Chris Pine, one of the Chris's, whatever his name is, I buy their connection. I buy their relationship. Even though, like, in the movie, it doesn't make much sense. During World War I, they dated for like a month, if that. And, she hasn't moved on in 40 years, or 60 years or whatever. It's kind of weird, but like, you buy their connection. Their connection seems genuine. Gal Gadot is like really, you feel it, like you feel their connection, you feel her love and her pain for losing him in the first place. So like Gal Gadot has come a long way, I'd say. I personally like seeing Gal Gadot in this more modern, it's the 80s, but like where she is more in touch with what modern reality looks like versus the first movie, where she's the fish out of water and is sort of dumb. This movie, it's kind of reversed, where Steve Trevor's the fish out of water. But like, I prefer seeing Wonder Woman like in her element. I like seeing her where she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's up against. I prefer that. But I will say, I think I prefer the first movie more, just in the sense of a film. This movie, like I said, feels disjointed. The fact that Cheetah's in there at all feels a little disjointed. The tone is all over the place. I can't tell if this is supposed to be happy, campy, go lucky action film, or if this is supposed to be serious end of the world apocalypse film. It's kind of all over the place. And you can have both of those things in one movie, but the tone needs to be just right to pull that off. And I don't think they did. I do appreciate seeing Wonder Woman kick so much ass, and like seeing the little girl. She saves a little girl, and the little girl like stares at her and is like, "Oh my God, it's Wonder Woman." That's such a cool scene. I think they nail that way more than anything like Captain Marvel could. But on the whole, I think the movie, it's like a C movie. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just sort of there. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. The movie's 2.5 hours long. It doesn't justify that time frame at all. As I was watching it, I knew it was 2.5 hours long, and I was about 20 minutes in, and I thought to myself, this campiness would work really well in like an hour 45. If they made the movie like an hour 45, just campy romp of a good time, I think it would have worked a lot better than what we got. But this is what we got. It's not bad. Was it worth the wait? Not really. But, we had to do what we had to do. I am excited that we're starting to see movies again. I'm very excited to see Dune. I'm very excited to watch Soul. I'm probably going to watch that today. And maybe post a video of that, of my review of that. But it is exciting to see like movies come back. So I'm gonna boost the grade of Wonder Woman here just to just to show my excitement for movies, I'll give it a B, just because I'm so excited to watch movies, dude. I love movies. I'm so excited that they're coming back in one way or another. This year we've gotten some movies that were like okay, but like I am so excited to see like movies. You feel me? You feel me? Anyway, I've been Jake. Make sure you check out the Loner Gamecast every Tuesday, where we talk about video games. Make sure you check out the Jake and Corey podcast, where it's me, Jake, and my buddy Corey talking about all sorts of different bullshit. And make sure you check out all the other stuff that's on the channel, like the J and K movies, you know, where we talk about rom-coms and whatever else. Make sure you check out the topics videos. I recently did a video where I showed off my entire PS4 collection. All sorts of good stuff going on in the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.